Hello and welcome to the United Stand. Got no idea whether this is actually working or we're live, but Zlatan Ibrahimovic has been charged. Not yet. Well, he has been charged by the FA. Just like water is wet, we knew that was 100% going to happen. Some people are saying a 3-match ban. I would say potentially it could be a 5-match ban, but we'll have to wait and see. It is very late, Ryan MUFC. You know what? It's late for a reason because I'm actually in a hotel room at the moment, away on a course, so I couldn't do the 8:30 show. You know what? Actually, I'm watching in my hotel room at the moment on Sky Sports 1 is Manchester United versus Liverpool. Eric Cantona's comeback game from his ban for the kick, which ends 2-2. But how interesting is that we're talking about Zlatan and his ban and whether that's a big thing for Manchester United already. Ross has loved the video already and clicked like on it 1 second ago. Thanks for that. But I think he'll get a 3-match ban. Some people are talking about bigger. At the end of the day, I think Mings should get longer. I think he should get 5. Zlatan should get 3. If he doesn't appeal it, he'll miss Chelsea in the FA Cup, Middlesbrough in the league, and West Brom in the league as well. I'm not massively bothered about it, to be honest. I think at the end of the day, we've become so reliant on a player who is fantastic and world class, but there are people out there who feel that he's not been clinical enough either. So obviously he wants Zlatan to be fit, but I think the big thing that concerns me about it is just whether Jose will pick the right player when Zlatan does get charged, and that is, will he play Rashford up front? Or will he put Rooney up front? Now, if he puts Rooney up front, we're going to miss Zlatan a hell of a lot because Rooney's finished as a number 9. If he puts Rashford up front, it's a whole new ball game. We might play worse, we might play better, but Rashford is fast. He's not the same as Zlatan, and being fast, he opens up lots of opportunities for Manchester United in very different ways, i.e. Paul Pogba can play balls over the top, i.e. Martial's not our only fast player in the team, i.e. he's quite an individual talent. So as MUFC Chance there says there, this could be a blessing in disguise. I'm not going to say it is. I'm not going to say 100% it is because I think that would be a little bit stupid. But Manchester United have just scored 1-0 in Cantona's game back. Different sort of video this, you know what. But there you go. Who's got school tomorrow, says Reece Jacob. I'm actually on a training course, so I've got that tomorrow, but I'm going to get up to a little bit later. But Manchester United without Zlatan, I know people are saying, you know, and I'm a big fan of Zlatan, but I'm not that concerned about it. I've never really been like that. I don't really give that much of a hoot, I suppose, if Manchester United have a player who's out injured. I don't, because I just think we are Manchester United. We've got a squad absolutely full of top-class talent, and we shouldn't be... I mean, one of my big problems with the whole Zlatan and Pogba thing, and as I really like both of them, is that I just don't like this whole, oh, they're bigger than the club. Oh, we can't do without them. It's just... I don't like that. I want us to be able to use the squad and do it effectively. And I really do think that it's going to be interesting without Zlatan. Some might say we might be better off without Zlatan because we're a bit of a quicker side, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with it. And to be honest, I said this last night, I'll say it again, Chelsea has to be our least priority out of everything that's left. We've got to get Champions League football this summer and for next season, and there is only 2 ways we can do that. We can get top 4 or we can do it through the Europa League. FA Cup, fantastic to win it, but going to be very difficult to win it. Chelsea away, you beat them, City, Arsenal, Spurs still in it. It's a big old ask, and ultimately Liverpool have just gone 2-1 up with Fowler and his bleached shitty hair. But yeah, so we need to focus on the Europa League and we need to focus on the league. Zlatan will miss 2 league games. Middlesbrough away, West Brom at home. We should be good enough to win both of those games. I know what people are going to say. We should be good enough to beat Bournemouth as well. I totally agree. But it is not impossible for us to go and do that without him. And the Chelsea game, as much as I'd like to win it, it's not the be-all and end-all if we don't win it. It's a better cup than the League Cup, but all it does is put you back in the Europa League. So we need to do slightly better than that, I feel. In relation to the Zlatan ban, I know a lot of you are talking about that. What do I think about it? like I said, it's a bit like water is wet. The FA were always going to take an opportunity, like they have all season, to get on our back, and they've taken it. If I'm being totally honest, he probably deserves the ban. It was a nasty elbow. I totally understand why he did it, but it was. He's going to get a 3, getting banned for it. The funny thing is, I saw a tackle from Dele Alli at the weekend that was atrocious, and nothing, no press about it. They've written book, as Jimmy McBride said on Twitter, they've written books about Zlatan's elbow. Any other club, you get away with it, but that's Manchester United. We can't moan about that. That's why we are the biggest club in the world, because what we do, everybody scrutinises, because they can't. If you either love Manchester United or you hate Manchester United, and if you like the FA and you hate Manchester United, then you basically take a pop at us every opportunity you've got. And as soon as he did that elbow, the FA were going to do something about it. I don't think we'll challenge it. I think we'll take our pudding, take our medicine, sorry. And I'm just about to watch Cantona score the equaliser against Liverpool, where he runs up behind and jumps on the goal post. Comeback game, it's on Sky Sports 1 at the moment. Steps up, back of the net, and he's rocking up on the old post behind the goal. But yeah, lovely stuff. But yeah, in relation to Zlatan, we shouldn't be a club that is so reliant on him. And I think that ultimately it's going to be very, very interesting. And I don't know what you think. Get commenting. The live comments are whizzing up in front of me. Are you concerned? I saw a headline of some crap paper saying Zlatan's just cost Manchester United Champions League football with his elbow. Well, I couldn't give a damn what you think. I don't care what paper you are. I don't care what media outlet you are. I'm a Manchester United fan. Everyone who watches the United stand is pretty much a Manchester United fan. I don't feel like Zlatan's let us down or cost us the Champions League. We win as a squad, we lose as a squad. And there's, if people can't step up to the plate because Zlatan's suspended, what if he'd done his knee and he was out for the rest of the season? Oh, has he cost us the Champions League because he's gone and got injured? Of course he hasn't. It's ridiculous. He's had somebody stamp on his head and he's retaliated. There's a high percentage of people who would retaliate exactly the same way. So I think that's absolute nonsense. And I think this is exactly why you have a squad. Farouk Ghouri's just said Rashford will do it for us. That's exactly why you have a squad. It's for them to step up and do the business. And I think that they will do. I've got total confidence in it. And actually, I'm excited about it because I think it will give us something a little bit different that we haven't had. It will give us some pace in the number 9 position, and we'll have to play a different way. And I look at Pogba sometimes, especially when he's playing in that deep position where he's looking to play the ball over the top and he can't do it because Zlatan's just not that sort of player. Well, with Rashford there now, it is that sort of player. And if you've got a player that's quick and can make the opposition centre-backs play 10 yards further back, it creates another 10 yards for your midfielders to work into. So I'm actually quite excited about it. I'm not concerned about it. In fact, I spoke to a Chelsea fan today who said, actually, I'd rather play Zlatan because he's not as agile or he's not as speedy as somebody like a Rashford is. So Andrew Thompson, looking forward to Rashford up top. Good news, in my opinion. The only problem is Andrew and everybody else is if he plays Rooney and doesn't even play Rashford up front. You never know with Jose. You never know quite what he's going to do. Chuck your questions in. I'm more than happy to stay on for a little bit. We can beat Chelsea. They play counter-attack, says Abdurrashik Ali. You know what? Chelsea in the FA Cup's quite interesting. I'm not really too fussed what happens because I'm more looking forward to Rostov. Tomorrow night I will be back at 8:30 with the preview for that. I'm more looking forward to the Rostov games and the Premier League games. They're more important to me. But having watched Chelsea tonight, what I am slightly concerned about is we play Chelsea around April time. And the way the league's going at the moment, how embarrassing will it be if Chelsea come to Old Trafford and win the title, which they could do. If the results go their way, that could happen. I don't think Mourinho will want that happening at all. In fact, that's probably when I looked at when we got beaten by 4-0 by Chelsea back in October. And you look at the fixture list, the one game that I knew we were going to win this season. You can put any amount of money on it, I don't care. We will definitely beat Chelsea at Old Trafford. Not because Manchester United have been brilliant at Old Trafford this season in the league, because we haven't, but I can guarantee you Mourinho will make sure that we beat Chelsea at Old Trafford. It's the biggest obvious, and you'll probably get good odds on it bet now, and it's not going to happen for a few weeks, but it will definitely happen. Any update on Mkhitaryan? I was out of town for the Bournemouth game. The comments whiz by on here quite quickly. Mkhitaryan's is back at training. He wasn't risked against Bournemouth. I know in hindsight, a lot of us would say, I wish he had been risked against Bournemouth, but he wasn't. He didn't play, and he will be back on Thursday. Massive week for Manchester United in the next couple of weeks. Please like the video. I haven't said that. Something a little bit different to do it like this, and also share it to get people involved. Mark, when does the show end? Says Dammy. When there's not good questions coming up for me. I mean, really, realistically, it's about Zlatan's ban, but I'm happy to talk about other stuff. But I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority, but I am quite relaxed about the Zlatan ban. And I do accept that in a way it is a slightly perverse way. I am quite excited about Zlatan being out because I love Zlatan. He's been fantastic this season, but I'd like to see us try something else and try a different way, because Zlatan won't be here forever anyway. Whether he's here next season or not, he's not here forever, but he never gets subbed. So when Zlatan starts, you know you're pretty much going to play the same way in an attacking sense for the rest of that game. But when he's suspended and he can't play, you've got to play Rashford. Well, it's something totally different. It's only for the Premier League, says somebody else. It's not. It's for British football. So it will include the FA Cup game next week, and it will include the league games. It won't include Europe, but it includes any British competition. So British competition, English competition, FA Cup, and Premier League. So one of the games will be the FA Cup game, and two of them will be West Brom at home, and before that Middlesbrough away. So not the worst games to lose. I mean, yeah, missing him against Chelsea is quite a big thing, because I think Zlatan is one of the best strikers in the world, and that causes opposition's problems. But West Brom and Middlesbrough away, people like Rashford should be able to step up to the plate. I've been saying all season that Rashford's not been playing enough. He's ready. I've got confidence in Rashford that he's ready. Let's see what happens. I just wish Zlatan's ban didn't come at the same time as Mkhitaryan's injury. I don't know what people are on about, but Mkhitaryan's back training, so I don't think we need to worry about that. Mings and Zlatan, what did they get? Says James Green. They've not been suspended yet. They've been charged. The punishment's not been given out yet, so I predict that Zlatan will get a 3-match ban and that Mings will get a 5-match ban, and I think that's about right. Ishmael Faraja about Zlatan makes a very good point, actually. I'm glad you brought this up. He said he doesn't like the way that Zlatan bullies his teammates to take the free kicks. I think this is an issue at Manchester United. I don't know what anybody else thinks, but I think it is an issue. We've got people, like there was a free kick on the edge of the box yesterday, and it was it was in Mata's range, it was in Pogba's range, it was in Rooney's range, and Zlatan took it. And Zlatan scored a very good goal in the League Cup final, but he probably had about 90 free kicks before that he's hit into the wall. He should not be first choice free kick taker. We're already in a position at Manchester United where corners are a waste of time. It may as well be a goal kick. And we're turning our free kicks now into a total waste of time as well, on some sort of ego trip for Zlatan, who I like. Everyone knows I love Zlatan, but he should not be taking the free kicks. You've got somebody like Juan Mata, who is superb on free kicks in certain positions. Rooney can take a free kick. Pogba should take a free kick, can take a free kick. If you're picking between that four, for me, it's Mata, it's Rooney, it's Pogba, it's Zlatan. In fact, probably put Pogba ahead of Rooney. So it's Mata, Pogba, Rooney, Zlatan. But at the moment, it's Zlatan, 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 Zlatan. And that's not what Manchester United should be about. And like I say, I'm a massive fan of Zlatan, but that's not what Manchester United should be about. It should not be about some ego trip where our best player just decides he's taking free kicks from everywhere. Because that's the sort of thing you do in the MLS. You know, exhibition football, I take all the free kicks, I take all the penalties. This is Manchester United, and Zlatan can do his little tweets, and they're very arrogant and they're very funny. I'm Zlatan, I follow nobody on Twitter, la la la. I'm sorry, I love you Zlatan, but you're not bigger than Manchester United. You can do your little arrogant things, I'm Zlatan, this, that and the other, but you're not bigger than Manchester United. And actually, Manchester United's well-being should always be coming first. And when you're taking free kicks that Juan Mata can take better than you, I'm sorry, step aside, you're 6'5", What if Mata, when he's running up to take the free kick, thinks, actually, I don't fancy this, I'm going to cross it? You are far more effective in the box than you are taking free kicks that you're not as good as Mata, and also you're a threat in the box because you're one of the biggest players on the pitch. That's down to the manager. He needs to sort that out. He does need to sort that out. And I've I've watched a lot of Zlatan throughout his whole career, and I've never felt that he's a free kick taker, and I don't understand why he does take the free kicks. But the manager needs to sort that out. He does. But I love Zlatan, but he shouldn't be anywhere near the free kicks. So it frustrates the hell out of me. I mean, I'm coming back to it there. It frustrates the hell out of me how bad we are at corners. You know, Juan Mata, when you look at his statistics, I think he's the best, or he's certainly in the top three best corner takers in the Premier League in relation to assists. And yet Manchester United could not score a free. We couldn't score a corner if you took all the defenders and the goalie off of the opposition. We wouldn't head it in. We're absolutely awful at corners, and it is a real bugbear of mine, and it's exactly why we need to go and sign a centre back. Somebody just said there, sorry, it whizzed by quickly, but it was a good point. Do you think the problem with the corners is the corner takers or the people who are in the box? 100%. I think sometimes it's the corner takers. I've seen Rooney taking corners, rubbish. But when it's people like Mata and, to be fair, Daley Blind, who've got a good set piece delivery, it's not the quality of the corner, it's the quality of the people in the box, whether they're strong enough, whether they're tall enough. Well, you can hate on Chris Smalling. You can hate on Chris Smalling, and a lot of people do. But Chris Smalling's actually good in the air, and he wins a lot of headers. Pogba's big. Zlatan's big. Jones and Rojo are centre-backs, but they are rubbish in the air. Absolutely rubbish in the air, and they should be doing a lot better. Joseph Anderson says Mkhitaryan's good at corners. He is as well. And Luke McDermott says we've got a big team, which we have, but we are rubbish at corners, and it's embarrassing. But let's not add the free kicks to that as well. I mean, if you pretty much know that, let's look back to that chance we had in the first few minutes against Bournemouth, where Pogba's pace put him through one-on-one. It was a really good finish, but the keeper made an absolute world-class save to tip it round the post. It's a corner. For any other club, you're like, oh yeah, come on, we've got a corner. Realistic Manchester United fans think, what a great shot that was by Paul Pogba. Probably should just let Bournemouth have a goal kick because we'll do nothing with this corner. And lo and behold, we don't. And that's embarrassing because most clubs will do something with a corner. Not every corner, I accept, but they are a threat from corners. We are not. You're taking that away out you get. If you're taking not being able to score corners out of your game, but then you're also taking out not being able to score free kicks out of your game, you've got a bit of a problem. James Green says, I hate getting corners. What about Bay? Says A17 FIFA. He's good he's good in the air, but he needs to get better. And Philo Estafanos says they're not determined enough to go for headers, and that's worrying. Very good. Very good comment, Philo, and I totally agree with you. I think one of the big problems Manchester United have generically through the whole squad at the moment is there isn't enough determination to break through barriers and win football games. I think we've got some very good players, but I think we have a mentality and bottling issue, which really pains me more than anything, because I love ripping the piss out of people like Liverpool and Arsenal because they have a bottling mentality. But we've got a bottling mentality this season, and we need to accept that. We do. We need to be honest. You should always be the biggest critic of your club when things are going wrong, which is why I never get wound up by bitter rivals having a pop at us, because I'll pretty much know what the problems are, as a lot of you do. And we've bottled too many games at home this season. You've got to take your medicine, like I say. We have bottled too many games. We've not been good enough. Why have we not been good enough? We could replicate that and say there's a similar issue with corners. I look at Nemanja Vidic and Patrice Evra, especially Evra, who wasn't that tall but used to score a lot of corners and win a lot of headers, because it's like determination and fight. And if Patrice Evra went through probably a period of about 2 seasons from corners where he was a massive threat, if he can do that, then why can't Phil Jones, Rojo, and others like Pogba do it when they're a much bigger player than Evra? It comes down to that ability and drive to actually win that header. and we lack too many people. I mean, Vidic won everything, but we haven't got players who want to do that. And I look at that second half against Bournemouth, and I didn't see enough players who want to take on that. It's almost experience and know-how to win us that game. I think the desire's there, but it translates itself into desperate football where there's just no real composure to go and beat Bournemouth. It's all fear, and they need to get rid of that fear factor because it's going to cause us problems. I agree, we haven't replaced Vidic yet, says James Green again. Nobody was brave enough in that second half, says Liam Gwinney. I've never seen people... Oh, no, I missed that one. Dante Gerrard says we need a big, strong leader. Well, we've never replaced Vidic. We've never replaced Keane. Raj Chowan says Januzaj is better than Sterling. I'll always back Manchester United players, but Januzaj is not better than Sterling. Januzaj is not good enough for Manchester United, unfortunately. Is Januzaj better than Lingard is probably a fair question. I'll give you that. But he's not better than Sterling, unfortunately. Pashman says Schweinsteiger needs to start. I think Schweinsteiger's gone in the summer. The one thing that I will look back on this season, no matter what happens, and I don't like to look back on negative things with a manager that I really like, is I just don't understand the Fellaini thing. And it's been so consistent. And there are still United fans who stick up for him. But I look back to the start of the season. We started with Fellaini in the midfield with Rooney. We won the first 3 games of the season, but we weren't convincing. We then got absolutely schooled by Watford and Man City. Dominated in the midfield, Fellaini. Then he was out of the team. Then we've brought him in and out back into the team. Everton away at the weekend, coming on for Carrick. He's just an awful footballer. I don't understand why what I consider the best manager in the world, Mourinho, I don't understand why he does it. I really don't understand why he does it. And somebody just said there he's a plan B, and Ross just says it has to do with his height. Why do you need somebody tall to do Carrick's role? Carrick's role is to run the midfield. Fellaini couldn't run a bath. He can't pass more than 5 yards. He's got no pace to his game. It's just baffling. It really is baffling, especially when you've got someone like Bastian Schweinsteiger. Jordan Thompson says Mourinho has a Fellaini fetish. I think he probably does. And Schweinsteiger could do Carrick's job. I totally agree with you. Rashford for the free kicks, Mark, says John Morris. I'm watching Sky One at the moment, Jake Ferris. Imagine if Fellaini didn't come on against Everton, we'd have another 2 points. Herrera for captain. Strip. Some weird people on at this time of night. I think Mkhitaryan should be our captain, says Jack Wallace. Are we 6th, says Beer Eats. You know 100% that we're 6th, you wind up. Pogba 80 million is embarrassing, says Raj. And shut up at Liam Quinney, says somebody. PK is average. There's some odd comments on today. I've got work at 6 tomorrow, says the Red Devils. Because I'm on a course, I haven't got to get up till 7:30. Back of the net. I'm normally up at 6 o'clock, but because I'm in a hotel, nice breakfast. Not up till 7:30. Back cash back. Get to bed. Mark, says Pogba. How long is ban? We'll find out tomorrow. We are back tomorrow at 8:30 as per usual. The viewing figures are going up, so I'm just going to stay live while we're live because I love doing the United Stand. We don't normally do what is effectively... I don't know if anybody ever watched The Office, but I remember one with David Brent when he's in a hotel room and he's got the old whiskey stuck on his chest and he's just rambling. And maybe I'm falling into that tired few drinks in me sort of rambling, but I quite enjoy it. And I love talking about Manchester United. And if there are a few new people watching, please do drop a like on the video and subscribe and get involved, because this is probably the most dressed back, raw material you'll ever get on the United Stand. We never do this anymore. The ramble's probably the closest we get to it. So, yeah, get involved and like the video. subscribe, get involved. We are live every night, and we're live tomorrow night at 8:30 in the proper studio. Somebody just says blowjob. How do you know I'm not getting one already? I'm not. I'm only joking. What happened to the ranting show? Don't know. Have you all watched the Red Rumours show at 4 o'clock? Because the last time I checked, it's only had 2,500 views. And I know most videos get 10,000. And Red Rumours, we put a lot of production into that. It's about the latest transfer stuff. And it's... I'm not watching Babe Station, you cheeky bastard. It's a good one tonight, especially the centre-back, who I think is a very realistic centre-back to sign, who I've always quite liked, but I didn't think he would leave the club that he now wants to leave. So go and watch the Red Rumours show. It's only about 5 minutes. It's on there after I finish this. It's not how it is, Luke. We never replaced Chicharito, says Kyle. I don't want De Gea or Varane. Mark, my name is pronounced Guy. Okay. Lindelof to United, says Abdus. Views on Red Men TV. My views on Red Men TV is that it is the #1 Liverpool fan channel because there's nobody else. My views on any rival fan channel is this, that they are good because I know what the amount of work it takes to do these fan channels. However, I don't like the way that they bottle having any debate with us because they are owned or run by corporate companies. But like Kyle Walsh says, invite Ty onto your show. They've all been invited on. They won't do it. And I don't think that's representative of fan content. And I think that only adds to the suspicion that they are a bit pantomime because they avoid speaking to proper fans. I mean, if I did go on Red Men TV, I'd probably have to put one of them welding masks on so I didn't get drowned when them scousers start talking to me. Spit everywhere. Mark, what do you think of United getting Shane Long as a backup, says Killian Buckley. Probably the worst comment I've ever seen in my time as the United stand. Red Men TV are corporately owned. They're part of Ball Street. Mark should test the game I'm developing, says Jay. More than happy to. Let me know. Soccerboxtv@gmail is the best way to get involved. Nottingham fan, says Doves. No, I'm from Nottingham. I'm not a Nottingham Forest fan. Play me on FIFA, says Jack Wallace. I would love to. Thanks, Kyle. Dedication to the channel is actually unreal. Yeah, you know. Mark, will Stoke win the league? No. Pogba needs a rest. Kroos and Varane for De Gea, says Leader 7. I did that in the video tonight. I'm not going to repeat it. Raj, has anybody tried to buy out the United stand? No one will try to buy the United stand out for two reasons. Would you approach me knowing that I'm probably going to tell you to piss off? And people won't approach us to buy us because we've made it abundantly clear that it will never happen. So we're not doing it. Have you ever met Troops Blood? No, fam. And look tired, mate. Mart, I am tired. It's late. I've been drinking. I've had a busy day. I wish I could pull. Oh, I can pull. Oh, Tyler, we've just had a game changer. These live comments are whizzing by. I've just realised they don't need to whiz by. Tyler, I have had a couple of drinks, but I've been busy. I wasn't going to do a video because I did Red Rumours, but I just thought, sod it, let's do it. Who will win the other top leagues in Europe? I think Barcelona will win La Liga. I think Monaco will win the French league. I don't know what's happening in the Italian league. Bayern Munich will win the German league. I love when Arsenal lose so I can enjoy watching Arsenal fan TV. Good for you. I think Mourinho should swallow his pride and bench Pogba. James Green, thoughts on... I'm not going to talk about other Manchester United channels. I've made it abundantly clear what I think about them. They're all a bunch of... No, I'm only joking. I know the work that goes into it. So I respect anybody who does a fan channel, whether you've got 10 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers. I know the work that goes into it, the dedication, etc. We've always been willing to do stuff with other people, but what people don't like is that I am what I am. We are what we are. And I don't do corporate stuff. I don't do things for like. I never have. And I'll just say what I think. I'm not a vicious person. I'm not an abusive person. I just say what I think about football. And I implore everyone to do the same. Would you ever do a Liverpool or City career mode on FIFA? Daniel Cunningham. Never say never, but why would I want to do something that's probably it's not going to make me happy? You've watched me doing FIFA when like United score and I get quite excited. I'm not going to get excited about a Liverpool player scoring a goal. Beer Eat says he'll buy you out. Make an offer. Make Mark, you look a little like David May. David May, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ed Woodward, Wayne Rooney, Luke McDermott, Fabinho in the summer for DM. Luke, you've said it now. I've read it out. You never know. We're going to sign 3, probably 4 players in the summer. No one's got a bloody clue who they are. Might be Griezmann. We signed Bay last year, not even on the register. So who knows? You might be right. What's your opinion on the True Geordie? Again, not my cup of tea because I don't like the amount. I don't like. What I don't like is people who just. And I know I swear, but like, what's going on? Fucking this and that. I don't like it. Personally, I don't like that. But however, very popular. I know people like it, and I haven't really got a problem with it. I haven't got a problem with it. Answering my own questions here, I haven't got a problem with it. I just don't like the use of the language. I think it's a bit too much for me. But apart from that, and I did make a comment. I think I'm blocked. Been blocked for about a couple of years because he made a video saying that Michael Carrick's crap. And I'll to be honest, anybody who says Michael Carrick's crap, I don't think you understand football. So unless he's changed his view on Michael Carrick, his opinion on football leaves a lot to be desired. Mark, what do you drink? I was drinking Beck's Via tonight, and I had a glass of red, and that's it. Mark, when are Nottingham Forest playing again? Says Liam. I've got a clue. I don't even. I know they won at the weekend. I don't know who they were playing. They won 3-0 because someone told me on the Sunday show. No idea who they were playing. Mark, I love your jumper, says Sonny. What's your job, Mark? Says Pam GTV. Loser fools are Klopp. Mark, can United realistically beat Chelsea? Says Chad. Of course we can. Mark Zuckerberg lining up a bid for the United stand. Will United beat Chelsea? Says Ray Kerrigan. I don't know. We can beat Chelsea. I don't think. One thing's for certain. I think Mourinho will go out to beat them. Is Ross going to the Rostov game? It'd be funny if he was. Dream transfer during the summer, says Emil Jacobson. Well, for anyone who's been watching the United stand for over a year, you'll know that my dream signing last summer was Griezmann, so I'm not going to change it for this summer. Any interest in the Portuguese league, says Kyle Walsh. No. Mark, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate Stephen Howson? Well, I'm sure he's going to get to watch this video now because people always tag it when he's mentioned on a video, and I probably wouldn't have read that if I hadn't had a couple of drinks tonight. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate Stephen Howson? 10 being absolutely cannot stand him, 1 being only a little bit. 0, 100% 0. I don't hate anybody. I'm more than happy to do Twitter banter and all that lot, and I've been called every name under the sun, and it concerns me when people do get so abusive, because if you can show me a tweet where I've actually called somebody a name or been abusive, I'll call you a liar. I'm not like that. I will wind people up and have a bit of banter. I do it with Liverpool and Arsenal all the time, but not. I ain't got time to hate people in any part of my life. I'm not going to hate on somebody who gets. Well, I'm not even going to comment. I don't know what his stance is. I presume it's still the same stuff he was on about 2 years ago, but I don't know. But yet again, I know that the content that they do on that channel, they put a lot of work into it, and it's daily content. So I have to respect that. So I haven't got a problem. Who would you like to see United most? I've done that. Top 4 question mark, says Evans. I'd say top 4 question mark as well. I don't know. I cannot give you the answer. I do not know. We should be top 4, but we all know that we've blown it ourselves so much. But it's not over yet. Matthew Small, good question. views on Luke Shaw's performance at the weekend. I thought it was good, and a lot of people say you hate Rooney. I've been quite consistent. I thought Rooney played well at the weekend. I've also heard people say Luke Shaw looked fat and crap and Rooney was rubbish. My personal opinion, I thought they both played well. Loads of people ask me what I do for a living. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? What if I said to you I was a high court judge or a dustbin man or a chip man or a driving instructor? What does it matter? Would you think any less of me? Lynn Hall says, Mark, you look a little bit drunk. I'm not drunk. I've had a couple of drinks and I'm quite tired. I tell you what, I thought for the second time in 2 weeks, I thought it was the end of Goldbridge today. I've been having chest pain all day and didn't know there was a pulled muscle because I've been doing a little bit of press ups lately. But then it was like other pain elsewhere. I was very concerned. And then the ridiculous thing is, I'm actually up in Nottingham on a course at the moment. I'm never up in Nottingham, but my family are from Nottingham. And then this afternoon I'm on a course and I had a couple of missed calls. And my mum had been rushed into hospital with a suspected heart attack. And funnily enough, the hospital is literally a 10-minute walk from the conference I'm doing. So I went over there and she's all right for those who are interested. They did all the blood tests and she's going to be okay. And she's been discharged now, but she'd had like really bad chest pains and jaw pain, which can be an indicator of a heart attack. But the funny thing was, my chest was absolutely killing me when I was in A&E, sat talking to her, and part of me in my head was thinking, should I mention it myself? And then I thought, how ridiculous is that? Your mum's in for a suspected heart attack. What are the chances that you are actually about to have one as well? So I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't because I feel much better now. Keep on the hard work, Mark. This is the best unscripted channel for a United supporter to watch. So enjoyable, says Ross. Jonathan Tarr is fast and good in the air, says Bishman Ariane. Mark, what do you think of Casemiro to replace Carrick, says Ziad. What do you like to drink, Mark? Just asking. I've done that. Beer. And red wine. I like red wine. And I like a bit of whiskey as well. Mark, what other sports do you watch? I tend to watch sport. I like all sports, but I tend to watch like big events because I don't have time. Not because I'm a glory hunter, but because I just don't have time to commit to other sports like I do for football and Manchester United. But I do watch a lot of other football as well. So I like rugby. I'll watch the Six Nations. I like cricket. I'll probably watch the Ashes. I'll watch the Olympics. But I don't have time to commit to watch other levels of those sports because football. Madassa says, Mark, do you have Down syndromes? Mark, do you have Down syndrome? I don't. But if I did, again, would it matter? Are we trying to be clever? Mad Marcus, if you're on, you can give him a block. We might have people who do have Down syndrome. I don't really understand what that sort of question is about, other than you just sad people. Renato Sanchez to United, said Abdus. I'd love us to get him. I don't really see it happening. I think we missed the boat there. Who do you think will come up from the Championship? Says Mr. Devils -66. Newcastle, definitely. Ross, how's the blowjob going? He's doing well. Long one, isn't it? Fabinho, done. Would you sign Sanchez? I would personally love him, despite him being from a rival. Look at Robin Van Persie, says Reece Brown. Apparently we are. If you watch Red Rumours, you'll know we are scouting a player, Arsenal and Bayern Munich this week. And Sanchez would be an obvious one, but where would he fit in? Jack Wallace says you look half dead. I'm coming towards the end. I'm tired. I'm going to go to sleep soon. I'm looking at keeping my eye on the clock. Have you ever thought about doing a coalition with full-time Devils, says Hashnan. I can tell you quite simply that we have offered to do it numerous times and they don't want to do it. So there's nothing need to be said more than that. Other than anything they say that we've refused it is a lie. I've heard that they've said that a couple of times. Fantastic work. They do what they do and we do what we do, and I think there is a defining line between the two. Of course, Of course, there should have been some collaboration by now. I totally agree with that. And maybe we've contributed to that not being the case maybe up to a year ago. But over the last year, we've been quite consistent that if they ever wanted to do anything with us or vice versa, we would do it. And the ball's in their court. That's as simple as that. There's no issue. Um, Marcus, we've done that. Belt out some Oasis, says Tyler. Who do we think will get relegated? David Moyes to lead the greatest. I want David Moyes to get relegated because I don't like him, and I want Sunderland to get relegated because I don't like them. Would you focus on Europa rather than the league at the moment, Philo? I still want us to try and do both, but it's going to be hard to do both. I've not. I think after the international break, let's see where we are in both. That's when we make the decision. Popo Quaff. Are you and Howson good mates? Yeah, brilliant. We're really good mates. Luke Wilson says United Stand is the best channel out there. On the previous point, I've always said I'd love to do a video with him. Won't do it. How come you don't do match reactions from the fans after matches, says Yahiko. So fan cams, yeah, quite consistent about that. We've been offered loads of times to do it, could easily do it. We just don't do it because somebody else does it, and we don't really want to start stepping on other people's toes who support the same club. Jack Wallace is willing to give people his X1 gamer tag if anyone wants that. Gabbiadini in the summer, says Shane Richards. You see, I don't like that sort of comment because I just think he's had a couple of good games. I think you've got to do it for a year. Wayne Rooney to Atlanta United, watching live from Georgia, says James Hamilton. Another one asking what my job is. Did you think it would take this long to recover form from Sir Alex Ferguson's Daniel Miller? Good question. It never should have taken this long. It never should have taken this long. They picked the wrong manager. I mean, why did David Moyes get the Manchester United job? Why? Never. Awful record against the top four. Never really won against the top four. Never won anything, and you give him the biggest job in world football. It's an absolutely diabolical appointment. Mark, do you like Coldplay, Adam G? Yes, I do. What's the beef between you and Red Devils? Never heard of them. There's no beef with anybody. Afsal Hussein, this channel is second to full-time Devils. Why are people getting so obsessed with this? Do you think you're going to pull me into something that's been dead for over 12 months? Of course we're second to full-time Devils. They are corporately owned. They have a massive budget. Everything they do is top-notch with top cameras and everything like that. The United Stand started off its first 3 or 4 months with less than 100 people watching every video. You look at us now, but it's always retained its roots of being fans, made for fans, by fans, with massive, massive, massive ownership and part by you, the viewer. That's what the United Stand is. We're not professing to be a channel that is going to have pristine graphics, pristine audio, putting videos out of Jose Mourinho's press conference, trying to get interviews with the players. That's not where we operate. There should never be a comparison between us and them, because we are not in that ballpark of trying to achieve what they're trying to achieve. Full-time Devils is in the clue. Full-time. They do it full-time. The United Stand is not full-time. Everybody who does the United Stand, just like all you lot, this isn't our full-time job. And there is more than enough room in this demograph for both channels, because we contrast to what they do and they contrast to what us do. And that's the way it works. I don't know why people try to create an issue. There were issues in the past because there was immaturity on both sides. But it's not been like that for a year. There is no issue. And I don't really want to talk about them anymore. There's more than enough banter and competition to have with other channels and other clubs. I don't want to listen. I don't want to talk about another Manchester United channel in any sense anymore, or persons on that, because I don't have a problem with them. Arya Stark, Aidan Maloney. I think he's got some sort of house and crush because he just can't shut up about typing the name in his corner. Either that, or he likes the lad who plays for Salford. Danny Drinkwater is... I don't want Danny Drinkwater, Fallen Gamer. Really don't. Draughty Devil, yep. Top lad. Mark is going to the Rostov game. Lindhall says she's never seen me like this before. I don't normally get a chance to just do like a Q&A sort of thing, which is quite good. I quite enjoy it. Spencer Owen, says Gary Stevens. Apparently he's very good. I don't watch his content. I know who he is. Who's your favourite FIFA YouTuber? Liam Gwinney. I'm afraid it's got to be me because I don't watch anybody else. Dream, done that. Any idea what happened to Fan TV? No. It was a good concept. I'd say they didn't listen to the advice we gave them, which sounds really arrogant, but they didn't. The biggest mistake that Fan TV made, if you ever watched it, is they got in contact with us quite early because they liked the content. They wanted us to be involved in it, and I said, and yeah, I will say this. I said to them, what you cannot do is get posh boy celebrity presenters, because one, they'll be expensive, and two, the viewer won't relate to them. You need to get people who are fans, and they didn't. They went down the route of getting celebrity presenters, and it was never going to work. Why are you streaming so late? Good question. I am in bed, Edwin. Did you vote for Brexit? I'll vote for breakfast. I'm starving. 3 clubs will get relegated. I think Middlesbrough are going to go down. I think Hull will go down. And I wish Mad Marcus was on, because Madassa, you are definitely getting blocked. As soon as I finish this, you are getting blocked. I think Jake Ferris is a Forest fan because he's just said that they're playing tomorrow night. Take that jumper off, Mark. No. Thoughts on Ronaldo returning for a Carrick testimonial? I don't think he will. And Mourinho up front. If you got offered millions, would you sell the United stand, Jacob Conwell? No. That's not what it's about. Well, wow. Or what I might do is sell it for millions and just do a last video saying to all of you lot, we're now doing United Stand 2. And just start United Stand 2. What do you think about stats? I think absolutely anybody could start a channel and talk about stats. That's what I think about stats. Just think they're absolute. I don't like them personally, but actually their stats, I don't think that displays any football knowledge at all. Carragher's on in the background, which I think you can hear. Bring back Rich and Martin, says Tyler. More than welcome back. Anybody's welcome back. James Lambert's a Liverpool fan, enjoys the banter. Well, that's what football should be all about. I can't wait. I don't know where Mad Marcus is. Fucking let down. He was on at the start, and then he's like, oh, I'm always bored late at night. You could be on the bloody live comments dealing with Madassa. I'm having a full fry for breakfast, 100%. United 1999, Mark's a copper. Pashman Arena, Mark is a pimp. Estate agent. A porn star. Closest one yet, accountant. You 100% work in retail. A corrupt High Court judge. I put that one forward. Samuel Devine. Mark, you're lucky you put Aguero as your triple captain in fantasy football. If I did it, then that's probably from a long time ago, because I haven't even done my fantasy football for a long time. And Mark, who is your favourite person on the United stand? Oh, I can't answer that. Me. God, Harry. No, you didn't, Popper. And a rent boy. Apparently, I'm a rent boy now. I think some people are watching from further back because they're commenting on stuff that I've already spoken about. People are definitely watching from further back because they're talking about my mum in a nice way. And I think these comments are really old. I'm miles behind. Absolutely miles. People are talking about collaborations. More than happy to collaborate with most people. And I'm bored. I'll tell you what though, what I am watching at the moment on Monday Night Football is Lampard and Gerrard. And whatever you think about Lampard, and I think he did kill Scholes' career and Carrick's career because they never should have played Lampard and Gerrard together for England. Um, if I was Carragher and Gary Neville, my bottom would be twitching tonight because Frank Lampard actually can speak quite well, and unlike most footballers, he has a very high IQ. So I think you can't have three. I think Carragher and Neville are going to get pushed out by Frank. I don't necessarily like that because I've never been much of a Frank Lampard fan. But if it was down to me, it'd be Neville and Frank, and goodbye Carragher because he cannot master the English language. Thanks everybody for watching. Please drop a like on the video. Very odd video tonight, I accept, but something a little bit different. And I'll be back tomorrow night at 8:30. Really enjoyed that. We need to think of some new things for the United stand, and it doesn't always have to be in a studio, you know, in a studio. It can be just free Q&A sort of stuff. Thanks for watching. For those who've stuck with it, appreciate it. For those who are new, this is not really a true reflection of the United stand. Please do subscribe and go and have a look at Red Rumours because you'll see a massive contrast between this and that. But I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Cheers.